Think about how many different apps you likely use to stay in touch with your friends and coworkers. WhatsApp, Meta's Messenger, DMs on Instagram and X, Microsoft Teams, so your manager can tell you how disappointed they are. And back in the late 90s and early 2000s, things weren't all that different, in that it was common to have your contacts spread out over several platforms. Think AIM, MSN Messenger, ICQ, and Yahoo Messenger. That's why the first program that Gen Z won't remember is Trillion. I don't remember, I don't know what that is. Don't include that though. It'll undercut everything. You see, unlike today, running all of those messaging clients at once could actually affect performance on your PC, meaning Trillion was a welcome solution as it supported multiple popular chat platforms in one client, while putting contacts in one list to make the experience more seamless than having 4 separate programs open. This made Trillion quite popular, but it also opened it up to disputes with these platforms. In fact, AOL and Yahoo both blocked Trillion from connecting to their instant messaging networks at different points. But ironically, Trillion is still around, while these other legacy chat clients are now history. As direct messaging became integrated into social media platforms, where you likely had a larger friends list, and cloud software suites from companies like Google and Apple, there wasn't as much of a need for totally separate messaging programs. But Trillion survived by marketing itself as a more secure solution for healthcare environments that handle people's personal information. It does, however, still have a logo that looks like it's from a late 90s soda commercial. What can you do? Speaking of which, we're gonna tell you about another tacky looking, super popular, and much sketchier program right after we thank our sponsor, Private Internet Access. We've all heard about VPNs, but if you didn't know what they actually do, the gist of it is they hide your IP address and mask the location of your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. This means that your favorite streaming services won't know exactly where you are, letting you access a whole host of region-locked content you previously weren't able to watch. And PIA's plans allow you to add an unlimited amount of devices, meaning the phones, laptops, and tablets of your entire household are covered under one subscription. To get a special exclusive deal, use our link in the description to sign up with PIA. If you were one of the many music lovers that was looking for a way to download songs after the original version of Napster was forced offline following a court decision, there was a good chance you were using Kazaa. Oh yeah, I know about this one. A common sight on computers during the early 2000s, Kazaa was a Napster-like peer-to-peer file sharing program that allowed people to download music and video stored on other people's PCs. But unlike Napster, Kazaa did not keep a centralized list of every file on the network. Instead, Kazaa's directories were on client PCs called supernodes, basically just computers with better performance and faster internet connections than average. This meant that the Kazaa network was more distributed than Napster's, which the developers hoped would make it more difficult for the recording industry to hit them with lawsuits. Plot twist, Kazaa got into legal trouble anyway. And not only that, but the users did as well, with the Recording Industry Association of America coming after unsuspecting users who had left their music libraries available for upload. Many of these users had to cough up around $3,000 each in order to settle out of court. Kazaa did still try to right itself after the lawsuits by becoming a legitimate online storefront for legal music, but the public never really warmed up to it. Napster already had much more mind share in that space after they went legit, and Kazaa was already known for bundling a large amount of spyware and adware, which doesn't exactly inspire confidence that they'd handle people's money well. Of course, there were plenty of other similar file sharing programs, BearShare, LimeWire, Morpheus. But as the 2000s went on, the recording industry began to leverage the popularity of online music, and legal alternatives started to pop up. Whether it was 99-cent MP3 downloads from iTunes, or early streaming services like Grooveshark or Songza, which was absorbed into Google Play Music, which was ultimately replaced by YouTube Music. Oh, Google. How long will that be here? Who knows? This meant that peer-to-peer was dying out around 2010, but Napster's legal streaming service is actually still around. And if you're wondering why we talked about Kazaa instead of them, it's because we actually have another episode where we talk about Napster and a couple of other old school programs, so go check out that video next. Get you some learning. And I learned something today too. You watched this whole video, you must have liked it. If you did, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. Check out our other videos. Comment below with video suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe and follow Tech Quickie. That's the channel like this one. It is this channel. Learning.